All right, good morning, everybody. We're back with some more House of Legacy. We have our Imperial ambitions. My goal for this stream, win or lose, we are going to be making a swing at the throne. So we're going to take some time, get ourselves completely prepared here. I think we have a couple up-and-comers who are not yet sitting on generalships in the capital, and we're going to give it a go. I'm expecting to win. I don't think we're going to lose. We've been working very hard on our personal troops. We've been working very hard on our diplomacy. I think we got it. I did have a comment I wanted to check in here. Somebody said that we had a person in here who was not a builder, which would be very upsetting to me. I'm just double checking. We do have one. A member of the Liu family. Well, man, it'd be a shame if right before things kicked off, they had to be investigated and deposed. That would be horrible. Yeah. Well, we'll look at that in a little bit. Hopping back over to my estate here and catch up on chat. I saw some people chit-chatting earlier. I don't know if it was actually on this stream because sometimes YouTube just spams this out, but Andrew Cole became a builder, joined the membership on the channel. Thank you very much, Andrew Cole. Very appreciated for the support. Morning, Tabula, Alice, Ivan, TV, Tabula again, Cornelia, Taroni, Raven, Dieter, Dragon, Sonia, Xavier, Kung, Augraf. Welcome in, guys. We just get started. We are just getting started. I'm revving myself up here, warming up the old voice a little bit. Kind of sad seeing this story end. I agree, but we've kind of hit the end of most of the content. In fact, we probably hit that an episode or two ago. And our game balance is really wonky because we started this on like launch day, and so many things have added and changed. And while I'm impressed that the save file hasn't got corrupted or anything, like other families didn't get their armies at the beginning of the game, for example. So things are really wonky and different. This has definitely been a very fun game, and I'm looking forward to giving it a little bit of time in the oven and then coming back and doing another one. So the end of book one, but not the end of the series. So we will be back for sure. Hi, Wellington Barros Advogado. Welcome in. Thank you for being a builder. Appreciate that. First time live. Well, double welcome. Yeah, I've mentioned it before, but while I have some time here in the summer, I'm trying to do this earlier slot for people who the normal time slot doesn't work for. Normally, I'm restricted by my full-time job. I mean, I stream as soon as I get home, essentially, but I can't get home any earlier than that. So, yeah, over the summer, just trying to make it a little easier for people to at least have a chance to come in, say hi, and whatnot. Tabula says he passed his driver's license test. Well, congratulations, Tabula. Drive safe. Don't let yourself get distracted if you're a new driver. Don't let yourself get distracted if you're an old driver, but you know. Okay. Let's hop in here. So first thing I wanted to check, we had a couple exchanges that were trying to buy some military goods. Let's go check in and see if we've managed to procure any of that. Remind myself, yeah, we're over here in this town. All right. Do we have anything? We sure do. Trade. Not trade. Trade and trade. Cha-ching. Let's also see if we got any over in Danyang. Yeah, this is one where, like, as soon as you get exchanges, I think if you're playing a fresh game, you're going to be very interested. That's not my exchange. Very interested in doing this right away so you can get those forces built up. I think a a highly leveled up one will probably be good enough to take on some of those easier rebel provinces, even if you can't get your hands on the Imperial troops very easily. So I think that's going to be a huge advantage. Yeah, we still can't get any here for whatever reason. A little weird. Okay, which of our fiefs could use these the most? So here we're at combat power 100. I don't think Count Axe needs any more. We go into our second one. 75. And our third one, 44. So I think this is where we're going to do it. Just out of curiosity. Can we get any more troops? No. Okay, strengthen. We're just going to max it out. Go. 95%. Okay. I'm guessing loyalty is going to be our starting morale, because I don't know what else that would be. Go through here and just check, make sure we can't recruit any more people. We're not quite maxed out, unfortunately. Okay, so we have 2.6k here. Probably should have added this up. We have, let's call it 3.1, so 5.7 thousand troops. 9.5 thousand troops. Okay, that's not too bad. I think that's about half of what I've been seeing at the palace. I think 20k is the number I've been seeing. Hopefully one of our allied people will come through for us. Back at the builder state, let's just make sure we haven't ran a party. We sure need to. With our 400 booze, due to budget cuts, no longer do we serve 2,000 booze. Very sad. Okay, our Shi clan is good to go. Our Yu clan is getting there, as is our Fu clan. Cha-ching. People-wise, we do have some up-and-comers in the military, so I'm gonna see if we can get them to... I thought there was a third one. I'm gonna see if we can get them up to generals so we can plop a couple more generals in there. So we do need some more fighting. I'm not currently fighting anybody here. Hopefully we can do something. Yeah, we finished that area off. I'm assuming we need to unlock another one. Let's encircle the capital some more. So I think we're gonna grab this one. Something is still off. I thought we finished that last time. Oh, no, we opened this one last time. Okay. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. 7,000, 7.4, 7.4, 8,000. Morale 59, 98, 95, 100. I'm definitely taking this one. Now, I'm not actually... I guess I'm using their troops either way, so we'll just reclaim it ourselves. We have Rena and we have Diana. Who has the better might? 60, 100. We'll have you be the leader. Royal Army. Yeah, see, we've used up these troops. I think they're holding troops in reserve in the capital, which would make sense. Because otherwise, I don't know what happened to that much of the army. It should not be that bad. Yeah, look at this. We have really drained. We have really drained these armies. Okay, we'll do that. With the max food, yep. We will immediately send a clan member to help. Tant. Not really your bag, but every builder helps. Every builder helps. And then the pain train of morale. Good start. Good start. Keep going on that. Babel's concubine died. Doesn't surprise me if she did. We are long past expiration date. I think it'd be hilarious if Babel lives and we actually put him on the throne. Would be hilarious. Legitimately, since like stream 2 or 3, I was like, okay, well, Babel's dying today. Surely today. Didn't take into account those longevity genes apparently. Pretty ridiculous. In-game Babel should have that Snow White long beard. I wish they actually did have that. And thank you very much, Ograf. Ograf sent 5 gifted memberships. Congratulations to Piotr, JM Tejada, Misty Kara Aora, Hassel Verz, Arianta, Seredai, Nyaya, Munth. Congratulations to those gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Ograf. Make sure to give him a thanks if you were a receiver of that. Your support is very appreciated, Ograf. I've been absolutely touched by the reception of House of Legacy, so thank you, thank you. Catching up on chat here. Cunning time. It is cunning time. Very different to cutting time. You don't want to be involved in cutting time. Only cunning time. My great-grandfather will be emperor. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be one of those where, like, he ruled for 5 minutes before passing away. Game Babble's one of the super-duper old family pet that everyone thinks is not going to make it the next day. Yeah. My friend had one of those. That cat was, like, 20 years old. It looks like a mummy. Poor thing. Okay, we're at 36 morale. Come on, team. Don't make me do too many cycles of having to recruit cunning people today. I will say that is not part of House of Legacy I look forward to. What we're doing right now. It's like, this is our chore. This is our eat your vegetables. Remember, kids, you have to eat your vegetables and shake the morale of your enemies. But Grandpa, I don't wanna. You're gonna get out there and you're gonna shake the morale and you're gonna like it, kid. You gotta just keep at it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Build that muscle memory. Try not to send a family member on accident and get them killed. All right, where did we end up? Is that good enough for month 1? No, that's not really good enough for month 1. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Dan Yang. Babel will outlive his wife. I think we've done 1 or 2 replacements already. It's weird to me that Rosetta was the only one that has passed away, and Rosetta wasn't even the oldest. She was younger by, like, I don't know, 10 years? Like, not an insignificant amount. Because Babel was like 18 when we started, and she was like 12, I want to say, when she showed up. 10, 12, something like that. So a little weird there. Did not get the good genes, apparently. Alright, higher. What do you got? 40? Boink, boink. In. 60, yes. Instar says, please, for the love of God, may some boys be born. I'm sure the whole team is working on it. 50 cunning, recruit. 41. All right, your life is saved by your mediocrity, friend. Okay, we must, yeah, we clicked over. Every time we recruit somebody, time clicks, so. Kind of a weird system that those make time go forward even when you're paused. I'm fine with it, just weird. Same thing here, where every time we do one of these, 1 day goes by. Upgrading your smithy in Gangling province and the employees for your courtesan lounge. Gangling province has an unupgraded handling. I'm impressed if you remember that detail. Where are we at? Like, seriously, where are we at? Yes, here we are. My smithy. Fair play where fair play is. And for your courtesan lounge in Yunnan. Ograf with the attention to detail. My goodness. PhD in the builders. Let's see. Alright, courtesan. Courtesan lounge here is good. So I'm okay on that one. But still, I am impressed. So many members, yeah. Taroni said, my main guy made it to 75, and I've got one coming up on 80. They really should add a sprite for when a clan member dies. Well, I think we need some more... I think we need more pop-ups when, like, wives and courtesans die. Yeah, this is looking a little... What a family tree there. You can't even see Scully on the initial screen. Wife. Just double checking that everyone's at least still married. Good old Bobby. You are somebody who married into the family. This is Rosetta's husband. Can't do anything about that. Alright, married. Yep, just double checking everybody. Dragon, the chat is still counting on you. One ain't gonna cut it. Keep going. Be more like Kryptonite. Look at that. Look at that. She put in the work. Okay. Diana needs to get married. Try to remind me when we're done with our current military campaign. I didn't realize we had somebody who was unmarried. Okay. I think the rest of those are fine. Back to the chores quick. We're down to 4. We're almost there. What's one more head? Sacrifices had to be made. -6. That should do us. -1. Good enough. Good enough. Alright, then I want to watch for our next party. We are currently in April. Poetry Slam is next. And it starts in May. Okay. Scotland is cold, but the rest of the UK is really hot. What is really hot for you? I know I've been hearing that England's been pretty warm lately, but I guess it's all relative. So I don't have the conversion on the top of my head, but it's been over 100 where I live recently. Fahrenheit, obviously. I don't remember the name of the story, but I remember when I was in elementary school, we read like a short story, and it was about this little girl who's sick in bed, and she, like, as the story goes on, she thinks that she's dying because, like, Grandpa told her that she had a temperature of like 99.7, but she only knew Celsius, so she thought she was melting and dying. I don't know why that stuck with me all these years, nor did it inspire me to actually learn the conversion rate, but I do just remember distinctly, like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be kind of scary as a kid if you didn't know the difference. Well, there we go. There's one of them. All right, Insar, you're in. All right, Kung, you're on deck. Insar Builder. It's Lidme's child. Little Insar. All right, what do you know, little Insar? Where are you at? That's Wheelie. Yep. Insar, there you are. There you are. All right. Is good at writing. No surprise. The builders are known for their writing. Writing. Do we have a teacher? Does somebody get to live? One writing. Here you are. Singing Chang. There you go. You chose life. All right, gifts. Get them snacks. Give your whip. Give your ring. Good to go. Get him, little Insar. Get him. Gustav says, it's pretty cold in Brazil. Yeah, you guys are in winter, right? Not something I really think about, but the other day somebody was like, BRB, have to go start the fire. I'm like, wait, what? I think that was one of our New Zealand viewers. So pretty chilly down there at the moment, I suppose. I really like how this compound came together. I'm quite proud of this. Poor Rosetta. Our one idol. I thought Babel was going to be the first. Was not to be. All right, let's get our poetry going. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Food Clan, U Clan. We're still good on the shees. We're still good on the shees. Go. Very nice. And our morale's at 0. All right, we just need a single shake. That's a beheading. That is not a shake. A single shake. That is a beheading, not a shake. You guys are literally killing yourselves. We failed. Okay. Now you guys are just messing with me. We failed. Alright. Alright, is it gonna be like that? I thought we were gonna have to click like once. Thank you. Jeez, Louise. Wait, you gave me snacks? Of course I gave you snacks. Why wouldn't you get your snacks? Yeah. Yeah. You're eating well, baby. Don't worry. Got those little dumplings on a stick there. Barcat says, hello, I'm still facing low health issues after giving the snacks. They're still dying. Health is low. Do you have their housing upgraded and maximum amount of servants and monthly expenses? This is another area that can affect health. Other than that, the only thing I can think about is actually having a doctor assigned. So if you have somebody with some doctor skill, you can assign them the job of doing doctoring. I believe that helps prevent stuff. I'm trying to find one. Where are our... Wait a minute. Where are our doctors? We should have like 3 or 4. You guys all haven't died, have you? Collect rent, officials. But those are the 3 things I know affect health. Beyond that, I don't know of anything else. Here we go. Practice medicine. There we go. I'm very surprised that you're the only one doing that. We need to marry some more doctors, apparently. I actually kind of want another doctor. Do we have a male builder that's home? The answer is probably no. It's Raven and her doctor husband. All right, I'm going to try to catch them when people come home. We might try to get some more doctors in here. 2 blankets? Jeez, that's decadent. Teacher to Insar? Why is everyone disbelieving me today? We have a teacher. We're good. I did it right. I did it right, guys. You gotta believe me. Crazy if Generation 5? I don't think we have much chance of that. Age 10 is, I think, our oldest in Gen 4. Nope, 12. I don't think we're gonna see that much. I don't think. Okay, our hall meeting. You and Fu, go. Oh, that's right, we got a new play. I forgot about that. There we go. Continue on. It's a heat and a cold wave. Icy hot. Gustav says we have 40-ish people here and 17 likes. Please leave a like for the great content. All hail the Builder Empire. Thank you very much, Gustav. Very kind to you. I have 2 fans on max. I mean, I am running my AC. Let's not joke ourselves that I'm sitting here in the 100 degrees. I don't think my computer would work if it was that hot. Random person with junky stats. No, thank you. No, thank you, friend. 0 morale. Well, that's not going to stand. Fail. My goodness, people. We gotta warm up every stream, I feel. Like, our first go every time is absolutely garbage. Can we look at your grandchild? What do you want to know about your grandchild? Bobby to Raven to Dragon and Lidme. We've got Levant and we've got Insar are your 2 grandchildren. Coming along all right. Age 4, 32 writing, slacking a little bit, but that's all right. You were born with 9 might. You got a muscle baby. One time, Kung says, one time I had such a high fever and feeling so cold I lifted up the mattress and used it as a blanket. Ooh. Yeah, that's no fun. You know you're sick when you're just like teeth chattering, even though it's like normal temperature in the room. All right, and there's our win. All those chores are worthwhile due to the quick wins. All right, victory. Yeah, we're definitely not putting you guys... Yeah, look at this. It does have something to do. Some stat has changed somewhere that I'm not able to... Or the game itself changed, that I'm not able to milk off as much of that royal army as we were before. All right, well, we'll spread out what we have left. Try to get everyone up. I was doing like 4K defenses everywhere, but apparently that's not going to be a thing anymore. Diana became General of the Cavalry. Rena became a General of the Cavalry. All right, we needed to do a marriage before I get lost in the sauce here. Okay, that's not what I meant to do, but sure. Fine, you're in. Accidentally wrote yin instead of you, and then was just too embarrassed to correct the letter. There's the you. Okay. All right. We were gonna find a husband for Diana. Okay, Diana likes might, and or a doctor. Well, let's try this first. If we get a good one, we'll take it. Select member. Why are we not able to do that here? Oh, you are married. What am I saying? Never mind. All right, I'm not crazy. I was wondering how the heck I messed up that. Okay, no, we're good. Marriage is canceled. However, maybe we could find a doctor to marry, because I'm feeling like we're a little doctorless. All right, let's go be very sad and look around Danyang. Again, I wish our drop down could sort for more things, because we need a single doctor. We need a single doctor, a lady single doctor, and I cannot sort by that, nor do these have any real bearing on it. So we would literally just be looking through. There's a sorceress. Really just be looking for medicine skill. None. Technology. Nothing. Oh. 21. Single doctor. Sushi Lin. Come on in, Sushi Lin. Diana, you're in charge of this one. Here's some brocade. Enjoy. All right. Yulin Yang's mood is down a little bit, but we got you, Yulin Ling. Have you tried visiting the tea house? Oh my goodness, it's going to be so ridiculously hard to find you. Oh, or not. Have a private booth. Mood +5. How about you do it again? Mood +6. There you go, you're getting there. Mood +6. And you're out of stamina. Alright, you get what you get. Alright, new lady. Set duty. I would like you to treat illnesses for clan members. Go. You can have the snacks. You can have a whip. You can have an armlet. Good to go. All right, that was nowhere near the amount of pain I figured we were going to have to endure. Concubine for Babel. We might end up giving him a heart attack, Kung. Let's not finish off poor old Babel. He's hanging on for literal dear life. All right, we are in August. Not quite ready. And I think we're going to start our next campaign. So we're at Cavalry General. So I think we need 2 more promotions. So who's next? 100 morale, 100 morale, 92 morale. It's basically the same. All right. Womp womp. Okay, so you're both the same rank. However, Diana just literally has more morale, so you're in. We'll take all the Royal Army what's available. We need about 8k troops. That's a worrying amount of not enough troops. Yep. Give them all the food. Yep. And we'll send your backup. Tanth didn't manage to get a promotion, by the way. That's very rare that you don't get some promotion. All right. The Heavenly Mandate, that's right. That's right. The Emperor has lost the Heavenly Mandate. The Builders are in ascendance. Heaven has decreed. Housekeep. You thought the dragon has son, but now it's a daughter? I do not remember. I don't think we even had a patch, so I'd be surprised. I haven't fiddled with anything. Can a future baby be Sonia before the end? We'll see. Kung is on deck currently. I'm not expecting too many more kids, but you never know. You never know. Bait capture and beheaded. Ugh. Maybe when I have to go do some more cunning searching, we'll see if we can find another doctor or two. -7. Excellent, excellent. We're gonna have to do more recruiting here. They're only at 88. All right. Out we go. Why you send me daughter when I asked for son's energy? How many years have passed? 54 years have passed, Skywing. Who's gonna tell Babel to read the comments better? Good luck with that, Insar. Good luck with that. More concubines? Yeah. That's how I'm feeling about that. Yeah. Hunting 58. Recruit. Hire. Hire. We're in the business of war at the moment. 50. Okay. I made a powerful talent. Wow, our second spell ever. Yes, I would like a spell. What do we have? What do we have? I can't do that because you're not home right now. All right, let's just look here. It's a luck spell plus 10. I think we have one of those somewhere. I think either Bobby or Raven has it. Of course, I'm not going to be able to look at any of them. I'm pretty sure we gave one of them a plus 10 luck talisman. It's with Bobby? Yeah, yeah. My memory did serve. Give it to Dragon. I can't. You're not home. See, we'll see where we get when we get to that point. All right, we are going to need more cutting than that, though. 57, yes. 55, yes. Man, what brave souls to work for the builders while they're at war. I mean, I guess maybe they're figuring that like they can survive long enough to marry into the family or something. Maybe that's their hope. Unless they're doctors, their dreams are going to be crushed pretty badly. Okay, more chores to finish. That's 76. It's actually gone down since we were here. There you go. Come on, team. Get them down to like the low mid 60s. You can do it. You can easily do it. That's getting beheaded. That's not lowering morale. I think we have a ton of blood on our hands. The rebels have a ton of blood on their hands. We have not killed a single person. We have not killed a single person. In fact, all we've done is create jobs, rule nicely, modernize the military, expand the towns, repair the towns. Remember, we've repaired this entire empire, not only retaking it from the rebels, but also actually fixing the buildings that were destroyed. That was all the builder clan. Nobody else helped. Just builders. Hey, Virgil. First time on live. Well, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We're doing our chores at the moment. Getting the morale down. Actually, a pretty good run right now. I was hoping for 60, and we're down in the 40s. Down to 30s. I'll take it. And then, of course, the month clicks over, and you have to do it all over again. Writing 100. Sure, if you could survive. Cyanide says, I'm being harassed by Wu Yao Yang. Wu Yao, don't harass Cyanide. That's not cool. Be nice to him. Capture and beheaded. Well, that's not a good start. Rural exam. Sorry, Rena, you missed your rural exam. Blame everything bad on the rebels. It is, but it is the rebels. It's not me. The rebels. See, the rebels are just saying that the Emperor doesn't have the mandate of heaven. Once we're in charge, there will be no more rebellions. How's the Imperial branch doing? We could check in on them. Let me finish my chores first. Nice, 6. We're on a roll here. We hit 0 this month. We're on track. We're on track. -6. Come on, team. You got this. Capture and beheaded. Well, we were on a roll. Well, now the head's rolling, I suppose, so we're on a different kind of roll at the moment. Fabio says, in Germany, we say that Einbildung ich auch ne Bildung, which means imagination is also a form of study. There you go. I mentioned it before, but my grandma was German-Russian descent. And the only German I remember from her really is Ich bin mein Heimwerk vergessen, which I've been told is a very distinct accent. Okay, where did we end up? 3. Probably good enough. All right, let's go check in on the Royals. For those wondering, that should translate something to like, I have my homework forgotten. I know where she's from. Well, like I said, her parents were German Russians that had to flee Russia. The Bolsheviks were coming to kill them. So they jumped in a boxcar in the middle of the night. And when they fled to Germany, Germany did not particularly like the German Russians, so they ended up coming over to America. And the rest was history. So... yeah, I do remember her pronouncing it pretty harshly. She was pretty into that. She was actually a member of the German-Russian Society, which was like a, I don't know what you call it, a club, a history group of people of that cultural descent here in America. Okay, royal court, no, royal family. Doesn't matter who, Idolac. So Marta's still here. Marta, of course, queen of the builders. We've got Yu Qing Pan up to age 15, almost an adult, a crowned prince. Xingjun Pan, I really like his robe. We also have Rina #1 and her son Yu Yan. So they're going. I'm also biding my time here. That health is getting lower. Whether we fill up generals or he dies of health, we'll see which happens first. All right. Do I need to run my party? And I think the answer is yes. How do I become a builder? Depends on which builder you mean. If you're talking about in-game, your best chance is just to be chatting. And then when we have babies, I pick a channel member first, and then I pick a common chatter, usually second. If you're talking about builder as in the channel membership, you can click the join button on YouTube and check that out. Family banquet. 400 booze, please. She clan still at 100. Man, I was hoping you would be above 50 when we kick off. We do have Fu above 80. Getting there. The new update is supposed to deal with girls who marry out. What's the new update going to change on that, Taroni? I didn't see that. Mello says, I'm American, but I grew up overseas, so I actually pay attention to other languages and have some international knowledge. I know I live in a world. Well, there you go. We all live in a world. I'm being harassed by Zinru Pan. Oh no, the princess is harassing you? Alright. Princess, please don't bully. No bully. Alright, down to 0 morale. That's what we like to see. Let's just get it to negatives. Ooh, a good solid 7. And our next party starts in... top of the year. In January. Babel has some serious dad lore. What is a new update? Well, we haven't patched since last time we streamed. At least if we did, I didn't notice. They've been in kind of a bug fixing mode mostly lately. All right, rent collected. We'll store that. Thank you. Man, it's always so sad when you reach the end of your coffee. So delicious. I'm only on cup 2 this morning. I'm usually on cup 3 by now. You can taste the cheapness. In recognition of the Builder Clan's service, His Majesty invites your clan to the beauty pageant. Nobody there. Nobody there. Yep, we'll do the taxes. We'll collect the taxes. Yep. All taken care of. All right. Step 1, lantern party, please. And we'll invite the U clan. Please get to 50. 50 feels like a breakpoint to me for some reason. Enjoy our lanterns. Fergming Shi, civil minister, has passed away. Okay, that's fine. All right, people are home. I do want a couple more doctors, so you guys are gonna get your wishes. We're gonna go see if we can find a couple more doctors. All right, so we need citizens. I guess we might as well double dip. We'll recruit some more cunning while we're at it. If I'm gonna be resetting this 50 times anyways. Okay. Next, we need doctors. Medicine, you're a guy. Divination. Actually, were you single? You're married. Charisma. None. Alright, nothing there. We'll reset and hop back in. Taroni says, next week they're working on new mechanics for improving spousal relationships, expanded functions for the skills. Married out members have new interactions and events. Yeah, like I said, I'm very happy with how development's going. Very happy with how development's going. I'm looking forward to coming back and revisiting after a little bit of time in the oven. We're gonna have so much more content, I feel. It was a very solid launch, and he's doing. I say he. I'm not 100% sure it's a guy. I think it is. Doing a great job for a one-man show plus a couple artists. Good bug fixes. We've had no crashes. My save files from day one, no problems. Very happy with that. Hey, Uncle Elephant. It's been a little while. How you doing? In my playthrough, I plan to put my clan on the throne yesterday. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Win or lose, we're gaining the mandate of heaven today. Can Game Babble even get his thing up? Raven, you're asking to get exiled, is what you're asking. The Builder clan, no problems in that department. Kong C, what's up, Raven? Glad you're not dead. Stares at her for asking that. Yeah, little sorcery and Taoism. We got no problems. Today's chat's so chatty. It is, I will say, as somebody who started streaming with 0 to 1 viewers, it is so much easier to stream when you actually have some chat. I know sometimes I'm horrible about reading, but let me tell you, it's really hard to get started when you have one person in chat. It is rough. Shout out to Bruh69, one of my first chatty watchers, all the way back in early era Ohm Stream 1. I appreciate that. That was very helpful. That was very helpful. Cunning64, you're in, friend. 61. It also helps that I used to have this ancient monitor. It was like not a widescreen even. It's the monitor I had from my like early 2000s I think it might have been the first monitor I ever bought with my own money. I think I used some of my graduation money from high school to buy it. And so it was like just a little, I don't know, I think it was like a 14-incher, but not widescreen even. And so my chat was so tiny, it was like nigh impossible. It was like reading chat through a porthole. And so when I got this new monitor, last Prime Day actually, very helpful. I have a gigantic chat here, so my old man eyes have a better chance of actually being able to read what you guys are saying. I'd love to actually bring it in a little bit closer, but I need a little bit of room for my coffee and whatnot. I don't want to spill. All right, medicine skill. What do we got? None. Nothing. Technology. All right. Fail. Next. I want at least one doctor. Come on, game. Give me a doctor. I'll also take these high cunning people since we're here resetting it anyways. All right, we're gonna make 60 the cutoff currently, since I already have quite a few. Taoism. None. Technology. Where are my doctors at? That's like, okay, so statistically speaking, here's the competition you are up if you are a modern day man. The heroes of women's romantic literature What do you think the traits of a hero from a women's romantic literature is currently in Year of Our Lord 2025? I'll give you guys a second in chat to type out. What do you think the hero's like? Women's romantic literature. Ooh, game didn't like that. Make sure I close that screen first. 58. All right, you're close enough. We'll recruit you. All right, doctor, tell me the news. I got a bad case of wanting to marry yous. Divination. All right. I don't know though. Should we marry somebody who claims to know divination and she's a widower, or she's a widow? Seems to me like you didn't divine that very well, but you're in. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. All right. Time out. You're not my diviner. Oh no, she made it. Oh, there. Nope, that's not her either. She was holding a flower or something. You. Grant marriage, concubine. All right, we need some of the younger crew to get to work. 21. Kohaku, you got this one. I wonder if she saw this coming. All right, still looking for doctors. All right, let me see if anyone caught on. No takers on my bait. All right, so here's the traits of the most common things for women's literature. I actually looked this up. You need to be a billionaire, not millionaire. You need to be a billionaire, surgeon, vampire, werewolf, pirate. So do I have any billionaire, surgeon, werewolf, vampire, pirates in chat? You have a chance. You have a chance. I thought that was so hilarious. Hunting 51, you're not going to cut it. I'm not sure I reset that. Let's reset it before I go looking for my doctor. Come on, doctors, where you at? I'm not even requiring that you're a billionaire. Here we go. Here we go. Wen Xiang Zhao. Proposed marriage. All right. Cyanide, you also get to work. That's 2 doctors. Remind me, we have 2 so far. So when I go in there to give them their duty, maybe let's try. No, let's call that good. That's plenty. All right, now we need to find them. Cyanide and Kohaku. There's Kohaku. Gift. Here's your armlet. Here's your whip. Here's your snacks. Your duty is to treat. Confirm. Oh, never mind. You're the divination lady. All right. Well, your duty is to interact with clan. Who clan. Maximum amount of money. All right. Go. All right. The other one was cyanide. Dragon. I think cyanide's a Gen 3, isn't he? Yes, cyanide. Gift, snacks, armlet, whip, set duty, treat illness, yes. And you also have a wife who's not doing anything. Ah, Mulan, that's right, that's right. All right, well, Mulan, interact with the clan, you clan, max that out, go. That screams bad luck. Uh-oh. That's not a bad sign. She's a widow at 18. That's what I'm saying. If she didn't have divination, I wouldn't have a thing to say about it. But the fact that she's a diviner, that just seems like maybe not the best diviner in town, right? You know, this is the budget option. She saw she could marry into the builder clan. Oh, okay. All right, maybe we need to flip the script here. Concubine for Babel. We're not gonna bring in another Gen 2. I'm trying to keep my generations pretty segregated here. Cornelia says, I don't like any of those traits. I like a hot wielding swordsman like the series Untamed. Well, there you go. I'm just saying that's what the stats say based on what people are buying apparently. No opium and black market update. No opium. We're not that far in history yet. Okay. Caught up on chat finally. Let's make sure we don't have this. I think we did our January one. Yeah. So our next one is in March. How are we doing here? We're at 0. Let's do it. I think we need to win this and probably one more fight to get these 2 people up to general. And then I think we're good to go. Attack the king. We're getting close, Kung. We're getting close. I want to get these ones up to general because we have 2 more, so why not? Doing gigs. Wow. This is one of our initial retainers because I've never assigned somebody else to gigs since we started the game. That was good money at the beginning. GG. Another one. Wow, GG. And another one. Wow. Okay, our initial set of retainers have all just died off. Sag. Pentonium says, I had a question related to Shadow Empires. Does anyone know what mod allows for the tables in mod creation? Where you can click boxes for weapon or engine size rather than the buttons. I'm not running any mods that do that, Pentonium. So if you're seeing something that I'm doing, I'm only running graphical mods. Maybe you're thinking about that blueprint button rather than doing it from the model design. That's the only thing I can really think of. Otherwise, I do not know. Sorry on that one. I'm just running mods that change some graphics on the map and some of the backgrounds and cards. Poison the King? The Builder Clan, I won't say we would never resort to that, but we would not make that our first choice. Let's just put it that way. Okay, February, -5 is still good. Yeah, we gotta wait for March. 100 baby challenge. Oh no. I remember when Clan Folk added the, I don't remember what it was. There was an update with something with kids, and the big challenge going around was to start as like 8 kids. It was so ridiculously difficult. It was so bad. It was so bad. All right, campaign update. In Pyongyang, glorious victory. Of course, the builders are leading. What did you expect? Dole those living troops back out. Oh, I was incorrect. General. Yuhi officer. All right. So we got one more person that we can get up and running. I do think we're going to try to do that. Yeah, I do think we're going to try to do that. All right. We're looking for who or you. There's a you. I do wish that they didn't have the same clan name in multiple areas. Or I wish it was labeled in here. Either of those would be fine. Who and you. I think we're out of them. All right, you're in. Who or you? Confirmed. Okay. Next. Rather than immediately appoint them as a general, I think I'm going to just use them to get through my fights faster. We can promote them whenever we want, so. All right, let's be sad with the high morale. All right, so 10th. Yeah, Deanna's going to be in charge so that we can bring the most forces. We need 8K, ideally. Boy, we have really drained this, haven't we? Still have plenty of supplies. We will immediately send both people to help. We will start shaking the morale. Yeah, no problem, Pentium. Yeah, you're probably thinking of the blueprint screen. And I would suggest for vehicles especially, play with that screen. Not to get too far off topic, but if you do planes are ridiculous to make the normal way. Definitely do them via blueprint, like 100%. And just remember, what you see on the blueprint is the theoretical thing you're building. The actual rolls will change the stats a little bit. For anyone who doesn't know, we're talking about Shadow Empire, the stream that's going to happen this evening, actually. Very popular series, actually. If you like kind of really hardcore 4X grand strategy, we are having a very fun time in our current world. We're playing on a volcano world. More whip swords. Yep. Make me take the exams. I just sent you to war, sorry. 1 year so no people can take the exams. Next time. The builders are on a warpath at the moment. Planes are what made me ask. Yeah, you for sure want to use blueprints. Taboo says we're gonna go buy a Red Bull. There you go. Alright. Caught up again. Let's do it. Do the chores. Just do it. They're at 100. This is gonna suck. I have nothing else to say about that. Yeah. I lied. I do have something to say about that. This needs to be a duty. Whether it's I assign them as individual retainers to the duty, or I assign like a spy master type thing and they're in charge of this. Either way, this really, really needs to be updated. -6. Morale. Yep. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, since we're going to have a second here while I'm just going to need to mechanically click buttons. So we have a release date for the new DLC, Odyssey, coming out for RimWorld. I think RimWorld is going to be one of my morning slot games. The release date is on the 11th. The 11th is a Friday. I don't stream Friday mornings, so it will be the 12th when we are going to start a RimWorld playthrough. So hopefully I can entice a few of our House of Legacy people to check that out. Should be pretty fun. I think I know the basics of the story I'm going to start us off with. I think it's going to be pretty dang cool. I'm not going to spoil it here. I need to just make sure that I'm going to do some test games, make sure I can mechanically do what I want to do, but I think it's going to be pretty awesome. In addition, we've got that Wandering Sword playthrough, which has been a ton of fun. A little bit of a grind these first few episodes, but we've kind of finished the early grind, so we're really going to be hitting the story, I think, from this point on. So that's been going really well. And the other one is, there we go, somebody's pregnant. The other one is some CK3. I'm not sure where I'm going to mix that in. That feels like that's a morning game to me, but I'm also winding down Cyber Knights. Cyber Knights just hasn't been pulling in the viewership, which is really unfortunate. It's a great game. I'm having a ton of fun, but is what it is. So I think we may have the Crusader Kings game take the evening slot. So we'll see on that one though. Okay, might. Okay, you don't have 20 writing. Yeah, we got a bunch of muscle heads right now. Yeah, nobody's ready for that. So, yeah, tons more content coming out. I'm really, really looking forward to the RimWorld stuff. I've mentioned it before, but I've tried to do RimWorld on the channel before, and it just did not perform. I thought it was a pretty interesting series. It was a very story-driven playthrough from Anomaly that I tried to do it in a lightly edited fashion. Check it out, maybe check it out, especially my short. I don't normally do shorts, but I made a little short as like a commercial for that stream or that playthrough. It is still one of the favorite things I've made. It's a little rough around the edges, but it is awesome. So Check out my RimWorld short when we're done with this stream. I think it was pretty cool. I've never tried anything like that again. I need to definitely do that. Trying to make like a little trailer or something, maybe for our next campaign. I obviously am not a shorts person, says the guy who runs like 3 to 5 hour streams 5 days a week right now. Is the Emperor paranoid? I don't think so. I think his wife is paranoid. But I could double check that. Okay, whew, done. That was painful. Let's have a garden party to celebrate. Okay, we want the U clan and the Fu clan. Hey, we hit 50%. Hooray! Hooray! Join us in our rebellion. I mean, very loyal. Yeah, we catch up again. Is the Emperor paranoid? Sony says, I've been watching some of the Wandering Sword videos. Yeah, that one's been pretty fun. I've liked it so far. People say that if I like that one, I'm really going to like Hero's Adventure. So that's another one that's on the radar once we finish Wandering Sword. Ken said, poking around Cyberknights, I really miss an overworld map, even if it's just cosmetic. I could see that. Kind of like the world map from, what was the XCOM spinoff where you played the police force? Where they had a world map on that one. We're at 90 clan members. Yep. The builders are truly fruitful. I like to chat with y'all, even if my I was gonna say your English is good, but English with an E there. But your English has been just fine, Raven. Are Duke tiles really exist in this game? People have told me you can become a Duke based on the number of fiefs you own, but I haven't seen anything that indicates that. Wants to be deputy governor. See, here's another one. Is that a promotion for Lidme? I think so, but I'm not certain. I guess we'll say okay. I wish I could open up the screen and look at people when I have to make decisions. Okay, no on that one. Can we look at that? So, if anyone got a promotion, it would be Babel. He's an Imperial Sentinel. Yeah, it doesn't say Duke or anything on here, so I'm going to assume that's a no. But I don't know that for certain. I don't know that for certain. All right, let's have our poetry party. It's that builder grind set right now. 34. Not for long, friends. Baby boom. It's because we married all those doctors. Fake enemy morale. Shake enemy morale. Yeah, my apologies. I know the grind on this one's not the best. Fiefs by the same person, I think. I don't think they've asked us to assign anyone to these other fiefs we've been granted, though. It also could just be a vestigial system that's really not fully functional. That very well could be, because there's been no patch notes about anything like that. The only fief note we've had is, I believe, the addition of the third one. How's baby Anna? Nope, we've had no coming of ages today. We have 1 or 2 from Gen 4 that are getting kind of close. Watch Bro Be Lucky and 2 girls will be born. I haven't really particularly kept male and female babies and names correct. You have the same problem in like CK3. Like normally my audience is like 99.9 repeating male. So if you want a name, you're going to have to be a baby girl at some point. House of Legacy has definitely been a wider audience than I normally get. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think it's just more interesting for the story. I mean, I would love it if we actually had the audience size to do that, but generally speaking, we don't. We did end up with some really weird stuff because we had a couple streams with very low viewership, and so some people got multiple names. So we ended up with some weird family names due to how the Crusader Kings handles it. So we ended up with like bruh, son of bruh the second or something ridiculous at one point. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta remember how this game actually handles names. Okay, are we done? Can we be done? -7. We are done. Yay. Okay, we are in June. In July, we can do our hall meeting. Oh, cool. If I'm a girl, I'll break my laptop. Alright, that escalated quickly. Alright, next party. Man, I feel like we're accelerating with the U clan here. I'm very happy about that. Go with a classic here. Done. Zero. Alright, we'll shake it. When morale time ends, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, my least favorite part of the game by far. But it's just so good. It's so good. You just can't not do this. Campaign update. Cha-ching. See what I mean? See what I mean. Alright, we'll redole these out to the provinces. Alright, 10th is a Gudi officer. I believe we go cavalry officer and then we're done. So I think we need 2 more. And then we are Gucci. Yen, 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 she. You? I think we've literally promoted all of the Fu clan. There's like nobody left. I haven't seen a Fu like at all. Okay, done. All right. Last one of the province. Yeah, I think we need at least a cavalry officer for them to be in charge, because otherwise we can't get 8K troops. And it's really important that we get to at least parity. Yeah, boy, we are running out of troops rather quickly. Yeah, that's a little on the worrisome side. Okay, send members, both of you, shake enemy morale. It begins again. We're also gonna need to go, wow, restock on cunning. I think no matter what here, maybe we'll make this the end. I don't want an entire episode where all we do is quick shake enemy morale. Please just attack. Yeah, we're not stopping. We're not stopping. Not there. We need to go recruit. We have a D in our clan. We do. We're giving so many jobs. Yep. We are the economy around here. No, you're literally not worth the clicks of getting yourself killed. All right, we're back down to 50. Wow. Back down to 50 as our cutoff. And maybe lightly looking for some more doctors, possibly. 64. Fruit. Boy, we churn through these, don't we? There's another one. Having a duty for somebody to recruit with, like, hey, recruit people who have above 50 cunning. Like, I want something like that. And just have it as a repeat. Then again, maybe we wouldn't need this if other systems were different, so... Maybe we're solving a problem when we should solve the root cause... Or, we're solving a symptom and not the root cause. 45 is not good enough. Fruit. 45. All right, let's just take a quick... Oh, you do have medicine, but you're married. Taoism. Yeah, it'll be a lot more interesting once they expand the use of these skills a little bit. I'll be much more interested in actually, like, making sure we get those. 54. Yeah, we need a human resource department. Yes, we do. That's so funny. In our Shadow Empire game, we've had a humongous problem with HR. So that's hilarious that you bring that up, JM. We've had a humongous problem with our HR. We have this very special person named Union ID, and he tries very hard, but Union ID is not the best of HR. They're not sending their best. Let's just put it that way. We failed on getting cunning people there. 52. Boy, there's going to be no clever people left in this town, that's for sure. Alright, I think that's probably good enough. Let's take a swing here. I don't work, so I don't care. Lucky. Recruit. Break my bad luck streak. Do you have the ability to breathe? You're hired. It's funny you say that because sometimes that feels like real life. Do you have a pulse? Do you think you could show up? You're in. Do some of you guys get mad when people don't understand sarcasm? Just remember, sarcasm doesn't translate well into the written word. I don't know what your context is there, but... You can hire retainers and then they're not married. Yeah, I don't know. We're not trying to do any of that. I do know you have to get divorced if you want to work for our clan, apparently. I don't know, that's a little weird. Age 25, cunning 56, die for morale. You get it, Consti. Oof, 49, okay. Get it done, team, get it done. Burn. It's kind of sad. Like, I remember, I wish I could remember the gentleman's name. Now, of course, this is a random person that I don't know on the internet that made a video, but I'm going to assume that the gentleman is telling the truth. And basically, his video was talking about how he's handicapped. He has a pretty low IQ. I think he claimed that he had like 70 or an 80 IQ, and he was very worried about getting a job. So his plan was, I believe he was Irish, I want to say, because specifically he was talking about the laws around hiring and firing people. And he basically said, okay, here's my plan. I'm going to try to get a job at McDonald's, and I'm going to make sure I show up every single day on time, and I'm going to be sober because I don't drink, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to try really, really hard. And then after, I think he said 3 months, they can fire me. So when they fire me, I'm going to get hired at a different McDonald's, and then I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll just keep doing that until I can get good enough that I won't get fired. Well, long story short, he gets to the end of the employment period when they can let him go. This is like UK labor laws. And they say, you're not the best employee we've ever had. You know, you need a lot of direction, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? You show up every day. You're nice to people. You're sober. You don't call out all the time. We're going to keep you on. And he was so happy. He was so proud of himself that he was able to keep that job. I'm very proud of him too. My point being, the sad part that is the bar that has been set by people. That somebody who literally just shows up sober to work every day is like employee of the month. level things. Like, I don't know. People have this entitlement to them where they think somehow like the rules don't apply to them. My brother has a friend who owns a pizza, like a self-owned little pizza joint, and they won't hire high schoolers anymore because they have them all the time. They had one that just doesn't show up to work. They call her and she's like, oh, well, I wanted to go to a softball game today, so I didn't come in. They're like, well, you didn't call and let us know. Oh, well, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay. Or they show up and they're high or drunk all the time. It's like, well, obviously we're not going to have you operating an oven when you're high and drunk. So, yeah, you're fired. Anyways, that's my story. Good on that guy for working really hard and getting a good job. He didn't set the McDonald's on fire? Yeah, I don't know if they were having him cook things. I think he was probably just cleaning, but when I was in college, I rented a room from a gentleman who was partially disabled, and he worked as like a shelf stalker / janitor at a grocery store. He was so proud of his job too. He was always very proud of his job. I appreciated. He rented me a closet for $200 a month. That's how I afforded college. I like literally lived in a closet for 2 years. But it was $200, so, you know. All right, Kung, you're in. I've never seen such a long Kung in builder. I've never seen such a rally around that. There we go, Kung. What are you good at? With them baby muscles. Born with a six-pack. He's been doing curls inside mom. All right, read books about might. With 84 might, you're gonna go far, kid. Do we have a might teacher? I'm gonna guess no. All right, we'll have to go pick somebody up. Gifts. Here is your jade pendant. Here's your whip. Here's your snacks. All right, might. Might. 37 might is the highest person in town currently. What the heck? Taoism. And some decent might. You know what? His might score is so high, he's not going to have a problem. Maybe he gets some Taoism too. Maybe he gets some Taoism too. All right. Yi Xiao Cheng is going to be your tutor. Train, appoint. There you go. Teach him the ways of might and Taoism. It's going to be a combat monk. And we probably need to go run my party. All right, Sonia's on deck next. Bro came out of the stomach and started asking for that protein. 100 might teacher? No. Taoism. You have an 84 talent. You're not going to have a problem getting to 100 at all. Taoism is harder to learn, so we'll get started on that. Okay, here. Family banquet. Wait. Yep. Invite the U clan. Invite the Fu clan. There we go. 25 morale. Bro's gonna become an immortal swordsman. Hopefully. Try to make you a sorcerer? We'll see. You gotta get some writing up first, though. All my muscle memory failed. Captured and beheaded. Yeah, even if I could just click like you, and you all do this same duty, that would help so much. That would help this so much. Store all of our food. Minus 7. Select all. Yeah, exactly. Just a select all button, or like let me check people. Like pick which ones you'd like to have do this duty, because they're all doing the same thing, right? And I don't think the roles affect each other, so they're all independent roles, so it doesn't matter if they were simultaneous. Even if it rolled the clock forward, I would be totally fine with that. Just so I didn't have to do, was it 4 clicks, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 6 if they die, so yeah, boo. There we go, perfect, perfect, yay! Check the children in schools, we could do that. Alright, any of you finished up? Might Child is learning some reading. Might Child is learning some reading. Writing Child is done. Actually, were you writing? Yeah. Alright, so Sin Builder is finished his reading. Over here, Might 100 is done. Might 100 is done. Good call, good call. Alright, we'll do that. And that. Here we go. Boy, we've come so far from not even being able to get people to 100 to actually like cross-training multiple things. How far the builders have come. Spacebar. We're gonna do that again this week, eh? His mom was complaining about them kicks. Yeah, yep. Sometimes they kick so hard they break their mom's ribs. Oh, geez. Geez, control your strength. All right. Sonia, you're in. Sonia Builder. Rude Wolf's Child. Your manager passed away. We'll get a new manager. All right, we're looking for young and loyal. You're in. Yep, we'll do our taxes. Manager has passed away. Man, we have... Babel has literally outlived everyone he has hired, basically. My goodness. Okay, you're still good to go. We're in January. Do our lantern party. Do it. You clan, Fu clan, go. Good to go there. Okay, let's get our baby taken care of before I get lost in the sauce here. Where you at, Sonia? Sonia is Rude Wolf's and Yuan Jing Yang's child. So we're expecting writing. We got writing. Train. Add. Nope. Borrow. Writing. Teacher. Appoint. I don't think we have a writing teacher either. Nope. We're gonna have to go get a writing teacher. Gifts. Snacks. Home. Whip. All right. Writing teacher. Writing teacher. Did Babel ever have a kid with a courtesan he fell in love with? The last person he married? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is the one he fell in love with, although maybe not. Yeah, see, this family tree really needs some work. Like, just because your mom dies doesn't mean you never had a mother. Like, who is William's mother? We don't know. Lost in the sands of time. Yeah. None of my kids here seem to remember their mother, so I'm gonna guess the answer is no, because I know she wasn't new. Yeah, this family tree really needs some work. Or we need another tree, like, especially because it's called lineage. Like, you wouldn't erase people from your lineage. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all, actually. All right, we need a writer. 39, get out of here. How dare you? How dare you even show your face? 100 writing? Probably picking you. Yep. Recruit. You are very expensive. Holy moly. You better turn Sonia into the best writer I've ever seen. Where are you at? I lost her. There she is. All right, train. appoint 100 writing. Done. Estate. Someone got divorced and married a princess. We still took the divorcee as a concubine, so they didn't get totally like kicked out. I do think that should be an option to auto demote there. Hey Joshua, how's it going? For whatever reason, I was really invested in this side love story drama. I love games that are story generators, so I would consider this one light on that scale. But like RimWorld or Crusader Kings, I love those. The random weird stuff that happens, I love that, and just keeping up with like the family. And I generally am a pretty nice player. I'm generally not running around murdering everyone. So just growing our family to be the best they can. I love that. I love that gameplay. Are we good here? We are good here. I'm actually going to take my little break early because I need some more coffee. So I'm going to give us our 5-minute break here so I can go grab that. I don't want to lose my voice or anything. So I'm going to leave you here. Maybe we'll zoom out. We can appreciate how wide the family tree has gotten while we're taking our quick AFK here. So if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Much appreciated. Helps YouTube show it out to some more people. I'm going to throw us on, hopefully this is set up properly, our 5-minute AFK. I'm going to tell YouTube that they can run an ad. Thank you if you're not blocking those. I appreciate that. And I will be right back with some fresh coffee. and safe. I made it. Okay, let me catch up on chat here. Now with more coffee, I needed that. A lot of retainers died. Yes, they did. Joshua says, I would have subscribed just for that, but I'm already a subscriber ever since I started following the channel. I'll have to catch it later. I'm going to sleep. Look forward to more great content. Well, thank you very much, Joshua. Check my cats. They're too silent. Yeah, that's usually a bad sign when pets aren't causing a problem. That usually means they're causing a big problem. I can see someone doing a 100 gen or 200 gen challenge. Wait, at the speed I play, that would be a while. They're sleeping in front of the fan. Aw. Four and 2 month kittens. Oh, tiny ones. We used to have a ton of stray cats around here because they get dumped. I've mentioned that before. I lived on a dead-end road when I was a kid, and my grandma would feed strays. So at some point, we were up to like 60 stray cats around here. So one of my jobs when I was a kid was to catch all the feral kittens. So I caught hundreds of kittens, some of which we raised, some of which we had to take down to the shelter. Only ever really got one time, one of them bit my thumb really bad and ripped it open. But other than that, never really had a problem. Lots of bottle feeding and whatnot. Throny says, I mostly play at 3x speed. 1,000-year achievement. Oh, man. Jennifer says, man, I started playing because of you, and all 5 of my original were male, and all their children were male. That's got a lot of Chinese energy there, Jennifer. I'm rooting for Babel to outlive every Gen 1. At the rate we're going, imagine if characters could have bastards. I mean, they must be able to, right? I can't imagine that they don't. Some of our cheaters, I just don't think the game's telling us about them. Hey, Epic, how's our Imperial ambitions? They're getting there. We are getting very close. We're trying to finish leveling up one more person's rank. Yeah, we're gonna level up one more person's rank, and then we're gonna make a swing at the throne. More Babel lore, yeah. A plague has occurred in EU. Relief funds are needed. All right. How much can I send you? 0 is the amount I'm allowed to send you. All right. Well, then you don't get any. Literally have 1 billion coins, and you're not allowing me to send you any. I don't even know what to tell you. Two morale, no. Too many. Nope, that's a beheading. Come on, team. Come on. I've earned this. Let's just get it done. Done. February, and then March. Oh, exams. Nobody is ready at the moment. Morale is 0. No, it's not. It's going to be negative. There you go. Enjoy. Toroni says, you can have bastard children. They had 2 of their clan had affairs that had children. Yep. The builders are just too loyal. We're just not troublemakers around here. We're building a legacy. A house of legacy. 0, no. Too high. Stay at negative. All because of the snacks and wine. Yeah, I was thinking about cheating on my wife, but we have snacks at home, so... yeah, I'm just not gonna... Campaign update. Victory is within reach. The enemy has sent an envoy to surrender. Hey, our first surrender today. We'll accept. We'll dole these people back out. Holy moly, we went through the forces again. Pretty nasty. General of Cavalry. All right, Tanth is almost there. I'm going to be patient. We're just going to finish up Tanth. I don't need to be impatient. There's no need. There's no need. Yin, Shi. We're running out of U's. U. Yin, Shi, Fu. A Fu. Wow, a rare Fu appeared. Yin, Shi, Fu. Double Fu. Confirm. Okay. Next. Let's split the rebels in half here. Broad and Tabula. Yeah, never to be forgotten. That's a Canaan. Okay. Which, please have some easy ones here so that we can just steamroll. Of course they don't. 6K is not too bad. I'm just looking for the promotions. I just want the promotion. Ooh, 20. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right, Tanth, I think you're actually going to be in charge of this one. I think we could do that. 6K. We'll take the Royal Army. There's 7K troops. Go. Send help. Rena and Diana. Shake that morale. Let's get it done. They're so low. They're so low. This isn't even going to be painful. Ah, stop making it painful. I swear we have to, like, warm up every time we move into a new area with a few beheadings. Like, we forget, like, what we were doing or something. Failed. We're gonna need to do a recruit, unfortunately. Failed. I was appointed by the royal court as deputy governor. All right, Aster, good for you. More morale. -6. We're down to 9. I appreciate them starting so low. Another beheading. All right, let's head to town. Set up the bench. Broad, it was with his stepmom. Yeah, and I think, wasn't it Imperial Princess too? It was like doubly bad. Much shame. All right, need cunning. You're in. 46. I probably shouldn't even hire you, but sure, I already clicked you. Build menu. 43. Get out of here. Imagine having 43 cunning and showing your face in public. Shame. All right, I already know that was already a 51. Notice we've still never found a 100 cunning. We were talking about this last time. I would love to get them, but even if we got 100 cunning, we wouldn't want to marry them in, because if we marry them in, then I can't send them on this mission. Nor does there seem to be cunning talent, which is unfortunate. All right, can we just get this done? Lead the charge myself, hopefully. Hopefully. Beheaded. Please don't get beheaded, just finish it. Did you give the luck spell? I have not given out the luck spell. Totally spaced on that. Honestly, I might give it to Babel if we're going to make our throne play here. Okay, at 0. Come on. Come on. One more. Just get done. There it is. There it is. With Tanth leading the army, I assume we're going to get a promotion here, and then we're going to be just fine. Poetry Slam, have the booze. Nope. Yeah, look at this. This is the other U clan. Look how high they've gotten them. Never actually tried. We're hiring them into positions is what's happening. Even though this is the clan that we're trying to get good with. They need to label those if they're going to be separate. I've had viewers claim that they've had family members with 100 cunning, Anna. Maybe if we raise them ourselves, but that would be so hard. Not having a talent to get cunning that high. I'm impressed. Let's just say that. Okay, it's July. That's the hall meeting. Wow, 80%. Why are you hating on that one? Apparently that has fallen out of favor. It's like Cats the musical. Don't we have someone with sorcery? We had. I don't know if they still exist or not. We could use another body give me. It's just more clicks, Epic. If they're bad, it's just not even worth it. I have to click 5 times when someone gets beheaded. 5 times. This adds up. It adds up rather quickly. -7. Okay. We're warmed up apparently here. Fonksy says, I have luck. Fair enough. Check if Kongsi can make spells for us. Do we even have a Kongsi builder? I don't think we have a Kongsi builder. We do not have a Kongsi builder. You guys are just making people up. Is Shannon dead in the She clan? If I could find the She clan. Nope. Shannon Builder's still going. She's widowed apparently at this point. She has a son who is an official. Yeah, doing all right. Magistrate of Fingqiu. Yep, had a pretty good go of things. That's before we really realized marrying out was kind of pointless in this game. You're way stronger not marrying people out, even if that doesn't really make sense. Beheaded? Uh-oh. We broke our good streak. There it is. Masuda says, fund the rebels and get them to attack other clans. We don't work with the rebels. But you're right, that is a mechanic we could do. Glorious victory! Boy, the losses, they must have made a balance change, because we were having near flawless victories once we started doing the morale thing, and now we're still losing about half of our troops. And that was a good battle for us. That was only like 3 months. That went by so fast. General of Zhongwei. All right. I think we may be at the point. We may be at the point. There's a U. There's a U. There's a U. Confirm. Okay. Fuel myself with some delicious coffee here. Do we need to run a party? All right, let's discuss this at the family banquet. You know what? This is an important occasion. I'm going to invite the She clan. All right, we've had our discussions. Let's head over to the general appointing. Okay, here. Commander. All right, builder, 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 builder. There's John. I haven't seen you in a while, John. Marta, builder. Okay, you are not a builder. Liu clan. We're not allied with the Liu clan. Dispose of him from the position of general. Yes. Yes, he was known to be a coward, actually. All right, now, Diana, I don't know if I need a leader to actually run this, so I'm gonna save Diana not in the main generals in case we need an actual general to fight. Rena, 74 might. We're putting you in. All right, every single commander is now a builder. Every single one. There are 14,000 royal army. Ministers, we hold. Chancellor, we hold Grand Minister. We hold Imperial Censor. We hold the Justice Minister. We do not hold the Civil Minister. We hold the Revenue Minister, the Rights Minister, the Industry Minister, the War Minister. So we hold everything except for you. You're a she, so we're gonna leave you be. If it wasn't one of my 3 clan allies, I would dispose them. Okay, here. I'm not allowed to assign it. All right, I'm gonna wait for January. I want to assign the luck to Babel before we launch. He needs all the help he can get. Servants, go get the wine. No, the good wine. The builder wine. Why do I feel chills down my spine? Will Babel become emperor? We'll find out. All right, we're waiting for the builders to come home, and then we'll launch. Don't care about you. Poison the emperor? No, that's not the builder way. Like I said, I won't say never. Like, if we fail our rebellion, we'll probably poison him. But that's not our first choice. Hey, Alfredo. Hello, Babel. How about my character? Can I have 2 wives? Nobody can have 2 wives. You get a wife, and then you get concubines. A plague has occurred. Am I allowed to send you money, or you still not want my money? You still don't want my money. All right. I don't know what's up with that. I will laugh if we start and then Babel dies. The perfect ending would be Babel ascends to the throne and then immediately passes away. Okay, December. What's your skill and trait? Spelled your name wrong. You are all business all the time. You actually have 100 business. I guess we could fix that. You're literally the only student in the business school. All right, we'll bop you out of there. And we'll bop you in here. You get writing to 20. December 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, January 1st. Oh no, Idolac! Idolac of Generation 1. The Grand Minister has died at the age of 67. Make an idol. Idol made. Haruan has come of age. Sleepy has come of age, or wants to go to school, as does Wheelie. Business school and might. Might. Business. Idolac. Okay, we have a marriage needed for Haroon. Needs a residence first. Oh no, where was Idolac's house? I assume his family still gets to live there. I assume we don't, like, Dickens them. Let's just build a fresh one. Here. Alright, I was planning on enclosing this area. That. Yeah. Something like that. There we go. Upgrade it. Max out the servants. We don't have enough. No, we do have enough servants. He's wearing red. There we go. Okay. Now, what is your stat? You're a might. All right, let's see what we can get. How are you? Might 69. Nice. All right. Xinguanyang, you're in. Accept. Yep, we'll collect the taxes. A point. Wait, what was that one? Manager of a farm died. 42 loyalty. Get out of here. Okay, anybody else? I don't know why Rena popped up. Must have clicked her right here. Okay. Babel. We have obtained the mandate of heaven. Luck plus 10. Look at that. Our boy here started with 12 luck. Boost success rate of events, exams, gamble, battle, survival, etc. 22 luck. And bring him his horse. All right. Let's do it. All this work, all this time. Actually, hold on. One more thing we could do. Let's double check and make sure that we can't recruit any more troops in our fiefs. Max out, recruit. Got some. Here. We're maxed out here. And I have no supplies. Not my town. Here. Here we are almost maxed out. Actually, we could arm our slaves as soldiers, so we can max out. Alright, that one's good. Okay, which one was it that didn't max out? I think it was this one. Yeah. Quantity, arm at max, arm as soldiers. There we go. Alright, we've maxed out all of our troops. To the royal capital. Yeah, one thing, when I designed Babel, I didn't know anything about the game. I would definitely give him a talent, knowing what I know now. Because we passed the talents on, so... Picking might or writing, and probably might, would probably be best. Alright, let's just check in here. Okay, Marta. Stunning, renown. That's our Marta. Got some kiddos. Okay. Here. Heartbroken, decrepit, rebellious, and beautiful. His health is still hanging out at 34. Babel does not have the stamina. Alright, we'll send William. Actually, no. Let's not tip him off. Okay, so Royal Court. Ooh, I gotta savor this moment. Save. Alright, on the off chance something is bugged, I will save. But if we just fail, we just fail and that's our story. I'm not looking to save scum unless, like I said, unless there's a button we don't understand or something like that. The emperor has lots of concubines. Appoint a new grand minister. Yeah, we might actually have somebody. Revenue minister, rights minister. We could upgrade Slice. Slice is literally the only person we have that could get an upgrade. And really, I guess we could put in one of our allies. There's a U. Kind of looking for a Fu if I could. I can't. All right, we'll put a U in there. We've infiltrated literally the entire government. Every single person is a builder or builder adjacent clan. How many generals in chat? I don't know. Let's see. Who's all here? I don't think Hothnog's here. Lucifer, you're in. That's one. Solaris, I don't think I've seen. Pendragon, I don't think we've seen. Rude. Tabula, are you here today? You're here. I see ya. Ograf was here. I'd assume he's probably still here, so 3. John, Marta, I don't think we've seen Marta today. Rena, Cyanide, and Kohaku. I think I saw Kohaku earlier, so let's say 3 or 4. Whew. All of this for this moment. The mandate of heaven has failed the Emperor. It is time we build our own legacy. Who's going to lead the troops? Oh, I can lead these other people. Okay, so who is my non-general person? It was Diana. Diana is going to lead the troops. Although I guess maybe that doesn't matter based on this UI. Let me think about that a little bit. You know what, Lucifer? I think you might lead the troops. Harun is infertile. Babel never gives me a character. I'm pretty sure you have one in Shadow Empire, don't you? Depose and replace the censors. I don't need to make any more enemies. They're not going to like me disposing them. One level again and your clan will be dominating. Rosetta, if only you were alive, you could do the honors. Maybe find charisma and luck. Scully lead. That's true. If it's not Rosetta, Scully would be a good choice. Where are you at, Scully? Are you out of stamina? I think Scully's out of stamina. I can't do that. Business, cunning. Cunning is 45. I think the leader will become emperor. Oh, okay. All right, so we need to be careful then. Okay, let's look through here carefully. I think tabula 100. Cunning is 30. There's 26. That's a writer. That's a writer. Yeah, a lot of these people as a business person. Remember, we made generals out of people who weren't necessarily generals. All right. Lucifer, I think it gets to be you. I think we're putting Lucifer on the throne. Why am I so bad at might? We made people, we needed more generals, so we had people become generals even if they shouldn't have. You know, just that nepotism thing. That nepotism thing. Yeah. Assign troops. What is it? Secret pact. Reinvents you with 2,800 soldiers. Agree? Okay. Secret pact again? I guess I'm only allowed the one? I'm not sure what's up with that. Let the leader of the clan be. The thing is, for Babel, he doesn't have any stamina. He's always out of stamina. He's 74 years young. So, yeah, about 11k versus 15. That's not the 1-to-1 odds I normally like. Why am I not able to bring in my other clans? That's interesting. Did we demoralize them? I don't think we can yet. All right. This is going to be crazy. Let's try. All right, Lucifer, lead us to victory. Your troops, disguised as rebels, launched an attack on the Imperial capital. Royal army is resisting. Your troops was wiped out and exposed. Royal relations minus 38. What? We don't get our normal battle stuff? Death of a clan member. Lucifer has died. Okay, we may check in on that reload. Did I miss something here? Let me this. I can't do a demoralize here, right? I cannot. Okay, let's see if we messed up on a mechanic there. That seems like that was not correct. So let's load in there. No save and quit. Let's load that save. If that is truly the mechanics, that's stupid. Why doesn't that have the same mechanics as every other battle in the game? That is rather dumb. And I didn't miss something here with being able to demoralize, right? Yeah, my only button is attack. Okay, I guess we're gonna do a little bit of science here. So slice is my only promotion. If we send, ask the Empire to reclaim this. We're gonna do a little bit of science here. Not what I wanted to do, but right, he said no. All right, fine, we'll reclaim it ourselves. Yeah, Kohaku, lead this. I just want to know, can I pull royal troops out? So they had 15,000. I just wanted to see if this makes a difference. It does. Okay, what if we're going to try this a little differently here. Augraph. Okay, we've used all the royal troops. What else did we need to do? I don't think there was anything else we needed to do. Let me, not from here apparently. Let me into the royal capital, the court. All right, we've taken out 10,000. Taboo says, read my message. You said, what the hell? Okay, I agree. That's very dumb, I will say. Why does that not have the same mechanics as everything else? Why are we not having an actual battle? Dragon says, make me a censor. Let me think. Dragon, where are you? Dragon. You're not on the list. I can't. Okay, let's try this again. So, Royal Court. We have all the commanders. How could you possibly lose when I literally command the entire royal army? So, just saying. We did lower this down to 10,000 troops by pulling those out. We may resort to that, Cornelia. We may resort to that. All right, who's gonna lead the troops? Well, Luciful failed. John's a writer. Pendragon. Pendragon, you get to make an attempt. We're gonna send all of our troops. We're gonna secret pact. The Shi clan reinvents you. That seems like that's mistranslated. So, does this mean I can try another clan and get more soldiers? Or if I just agree to this, does that mean that's everybody? Wait some time and lead it yourself. Interact with the Emperor and choose replace. All right, we could. I guess we could try that without the violence. I think we probably could win this one now between that and all of our own troops. Now we would be rocking 11,700 versus that. Although the morale thing is pretty sketchy. All right, so people want us to visit. I'm very sad that Babel's always out of stamina. I would love Babel to be the one that does that. You know what, Raven? Well, it's probably going to be whoever we send, isn't it? Pendragon. Request to visit. Interact. Regicide. We could do a replace. We have our save, Sonia. Don't worry about that. I guess another option you could do if you wanted to do the military thing, I could have the Emperor lead troops and purposely have bad battles to kill off a bunch of troops. All right, let's see. Replace. Royalties. So we could put in one of our kiddos. This guy right here is a builder, but he's not a builder in name. So it would be our clan. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We can do Babel even if he's too tired. Just wait 18 years. Okay. We're gonna try it. He's got his lucky charm on and everything. Round 2. Well, that was a lot easier. Again, I feel like this should have a little bit of interactivity. I'm very disappointed in that attack. I don't understand why that doesn't have the same attack mechanics as everything else in the game. That really should be changed. Yeah, that makes me very sad. The Shi clan agrees. The Yu clan agrees. The Fu clan agrees. The Yin said no. The other Yu said no. The Ji and the Lu clan said no. A new emperor ascends. Let me make a screenshot there in case I need that. Confirm. Formal royalties to be dealt with. I mean, I don't hate them. They just lost the Mandate of Heaven. Boy, look at the size of the royals. They're not exactly small either. I mean, we could cement it with a marriage, maybe? Got anyone youngish? You're a kid. That's a no-go. 68, 47. There's Marta. We could shun Marta. Oh. Oh. Rena. Fu. Yeah, we were definitely the most influential here, too. There's not a lot of other clans in here. Exile all. I mean, I don't want to exile all. What happens if we shun? Okay, that we just bop them. Okay, so we'll shun you. Shunning's better than exiling. We'll shun you. You have builder blood. That's weird that would let me marry. That shouldn't actually let me do that. Ditto here. All right, I guess we have to execute them. Or excuse me, exile them. Your clan has become the Imperial clan. We got the achievement for a domineering clan. The reigning royal. I think, okay, I see. I think these are Babel and his direct descendants. I think. Confirm. Imperial kinship clan. Your clan becomes the Imperial kinship clan. In recognition of blood kinship, you are hereby named as the Imperial clan with the power to appoint and remove officials. Confirmed. So if we go here, yeah, it did remove that entire chunk of our family tree. They moved out. That's interesting. So it's not just the character, it's the entire line there. So really in most games, if I was gonna plan to continue, I probably would not do my clan leader. Scully. All right. Interesting. We learned a lot there. I'm very frustrated with that attack. That was dumb. That it's literally just a pop-up above, lol, you failed. Where's my actual fight? There he is. Age 74. You did it, buddy. You did it. He's a strategist. Related to the cunning attribute. Got it up to 81. A key in strategic interactions. Its growth depends on experience and the clan education. Dies next month. Yeah, I'm expecting that. In fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of that too in case I need it. There it is. There it is. We did it. I feel like that would have been so much smoother if we did that 2 or 3 updates ago compared to where we ended up. The mandate of heaven is with us. The mandate of heaven is with us. Now, I believe... Yeah, interesting. I believe Babel was in one of these houses. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Make your beloved son the crown prince. I'm not sure I can interact with that anymore. Kongsty says, I miss the clan leader. Uncle Elephant says, I think you can forgive the ones you shunned. Don't quite remember. Yeah, it seems like he had to divorce the wife to head over there. Either way, I'm very happy. That was the goal. Little frustrated with that attack thing, but whatever. I think we could have done that. I think we could have done that. If we had to. We could have, like I said, we could have drained off the military by purposely having them go into bad battles. So, another way you can mess with him. Alright, well, I'm pretty dang happy with this playthrough, I have to say. We learned a lot. The game's come a long ways. We finished the campaign with only two deaths in our clan. How fitting that we went up to domineering clan when we ascended to the throne. That was absolutely perfect. Very happy about that. Very cool. Can we explore a little more of the Imperial stuff? I don't think there is any Imperial content. They're out of our control now. They act exactly how they did before. We're just kins with them. So, I mean, I guess we could wait for a Babel pop-up here and just double check. I think Scully defaulted, but we could change who the leader is if we would like. We accidentally had somebody usurp Babel for like a month because people kept telling me I could put a clan heir on, which was not true. You cannot put a clan heir on. Babel's house was in the library area. That's right, we did change that, didn't we? I also don't understand why we have to wait for the pop-ups here. And the fact that the pop-ups do come up while I'm paused. So, I don't know, that's just a little weird. There's Babel. Strategist. So if we interact with him, we can dispatch troops, we can issue a decree, we can offer sacrifice to heaven, we can select consorts, we can grant special pardon. Let's click that. General amnesty. Neither of those people I care about. Okay. Let's do a sacrifice to heaven. That'll be our finale. We gotta wait for another pop-up. Do you have the ability to appoint governors? Yes, I could dispose people and appoint governors. Recruit troops as much as you can. Yeah, that's true. We're still only at 10,000. We can only recruit 100k, guys. How many are we gonna actually get? 99,963 soldiers. Ah, and I missed my click. No. There it is. Okay, interact, sacrifice to heaven. Favorable weather this year 0. Sacrifices remaining this year 3. Costs 1 billion. Let's hold it. Favorable weather plus 14. Was the previous emperor not doing sacrifices? Why would we not hold this? It's not even taking my clan money, so. Interact, offer. Yes, this is, I believe divination actually helps this skill. So having somebody with divination, your rights master should be doing this too. Could be useful. I think you can build in the Imperial City. Ah, yes, looks like we could. Looks like we could. And then decoration. What are we gonna do? Let's plop obviously a peach tree. We gotta put in at least 1 peach tree for our ascension. Boy, they have this place pretty decorated out. There we go. The 1 peach tree. The 1 peach tree for our ascension. We can do the rebel armies with our Imperials. Let's see. Just out of curiosity. I assume ask the Empire to reclaim it. Yeah, now we fixed the Royal Army problem, so we're not going to bother. We're not going to bother there, so. Okay, well, I'm just going to give some final thoughts here on House of Legacy. Good game. Good game. I bought it on release for like $10. I've definitely got my money out of that in enjoyment. Quite like it. Congrats to the devs. You have a really nice update schedule so far. We've had a good combination of fixes and content. I've not had a single crash. We've had a couple weirdies like that attack thing. That's a weird mechanic, but this is why it's early access. This isn't a full release, so no problem with that there. Pretty happy with that. I'm looking forward to see what we get. Somebody earlier was mentioning some of the stuff coming this week even sounds pretty good. So we're going to go. This is going to be the end of this run of House of Legacy. I don't have a time frame when we'll come back, but at bare minimum, when this comes out in 1.0, at least we would be back, if not before then. I want to see some more content coming in. My one gameplay complaint, I really dislike how we have to do the morale thing. That's got to be automated in some fashion. You got to let me automate that, whether that's a spy master duty or it's assign the duty to the retainer where they do monthly rumors. That wouldn't work very well though, because they're going to get beheaded and I would just have to go in and reassign that duty constantly. So I feel like it would be better to have a building that we put a clan member in charge of, and then they assign or we assign retainers to that building, and then that building assigns them out as spies, kind of like how we assign people to a school. That would work pretty well there. That could be another interesting one. Let me back up here. I don't want to miss anybody's chit-chats. Rip Rosetta and Idolac. That's true. Our only 2 losses. Babel survived the entire game. Age 74 to sit on that throne. Started with a no talent nothing. And look at him now. Look at him now. It's also on sale. I don't know that off the top of my head, Epic, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's on Steam Summer Sale. They're making a giveaway. There you go. If you want to try your luck on the giveaway. I missed the series already. Me too, but all good things must come to an end. I'm not one to drag things out. We had a goal, we met the goal. It's good, it's good. We'll be back, we'll definitely be back. Check out the House of Legacy Discord. They're doing a giveaway, says Insar. So there you go, if you want to give away, you can grab that. I did not participate, but the publisher actually had sent me some stuff about their game called, I believe it's Lone Star. It's like a, not quite a faster than light-esque game, but they had a big update come out recently, so you could check that out if you want to support the publisher there. Not sponsored, by the way. We got a lot of stuff done in 4 generations. Yeah, we sure did. I think you could rush this a lot quicker than we did. You could micromanage your clan relations a lot more, and I think you could get 3 clans to support you for the replace that we ended up doing, rather than the attack. Who is the crown prince? Royal family. It'd be William, I guess. Imperial prince. Feudal princess. Yeah, William appears to be the Imperial prince. Hope to see you back when the game's complete. Yeah, I can't imagine that I won't. I quite enjoyed it, like I said. We just kind of outpaced how fast the content was coming. So, that's fine. Like I said, I'm very happy with this early access. This is the type of early access I like to see. A playable release, and then you add things to it. They seem to be taking feedback. I don't know whether they watched my streams or not, but they oftentimes, I would complain about something or make a suggestion, and the next stream it would be fixed. So that felt very good. That felt very good. Is Raven in the Imperial family? No. No. They took Babel in his direct line. So that is William and O'Brien, Marta #1, and Rena, and Kohaku, and Kungan. So, Kung, you lucked out, my man. You became an Imperial Prince. You can appoint the Imperial Prince. Appoint heir, I assume. Grant dukedom. Grant death. We'll appoint you as heir. There you go. William, small town boy makes big. He gets to be crown prince. So pretty cool there. Pretty cool there. So moving forward, I hope some people will check out some of the other content. I know some people are only here for the House of Legacy. I'm glad that you came in. Glad you hung out with me. It's been a good time. I hope to see you back at least in the next House of Legacy, but my true hope is to see you in some of the other content. I do a variety of things, so I'm hoping that something will be of interest to you. Other things that I have already finished that you might be interested in if you enjoyed this one. If you like some wushu things, I did an ARPG called Tale of Immortal. That's a complete playthrough. Kind of vaguely similar to this in that we follow the story of Qing and his long road of cultivation to the pinnacle. Has a good ending to that series, I would say. If you like the clan management aspect of this, we did a playthrough of 6 Ages. That's the sequel to King of Dragon Pass. You don't need to know either of the games to enjoy the playthrough. It's set in a fantasy Bronze Age in the Gloranthia universe, which is RuneQuest. Very, very fun. You manage a clan, crazy things happen. A very nice playthrough, I would say. Very story-oriented, very, very fun. In the semi-near future, we'll probably do a playthrough of 6 Ages Lights Go Out, which is the sequel to Ride Like the Wind. So if you watch that first one, I think you'll get more enjoyment out of the second one, although it's not really going to be required. You could hop in anywhere and still get the story. If I was going to throw just an oddball recommendation, it's a little rough around the edges because I did it when I was very new, but maybe check out Cavalry Girls. It's a weird dystopian story about a group of mech pilots, and you play as the mech pilots and you have to go do these missions. It was an interesting playthrough. So could be something interesting there. The Roads to Power Crusader Kings 3 playthrough. If you want to get a taste of what CK3 is like, that was a decent playthrough. Little sad on the ending there, but it was what it was. Looking forward to the future here. In the very near future, one of the, I'm 99% sure it's going to be in one of the AM slots, is going to be the RimWorld Odyssey DLC. Comes out on the 11th, which is a Friday. I stream Dominions on Friday, so we're not going to play it on release. But that Saturday, and probably we'll do several mornings in a row, we're going to be playing an Odyssey playthrough. I guess I'll give a little bit of a taste here. I think the story we're going to do is a brother-sister pair of urchin wasters, and their goal is going to be to become space pirates. I think it's going to be an interesting playthrough. I think it's going to be very cool. We're going to try to really hit that like Cowboy Bebop, space western feel. And we'll see if we're swashbucklers or if we're villain pirates. I don't know yet. We'll see how the playthrough goes. So I think that's going to be a very cool one. Another one that I don't know if it's going to be in the AM slot or the PM slot, but we're going to do a CK3 one. I just don't know when we're going to start it up. I haven't 100% decided what we're going to do in that one. We may do a playthrough in Northeast Europe. I'm kind of thinking Vikings invade Poland. That might be one of them. We may do another start similar to how Roads of Power started, where we start as occupied Barcelona, and maybe in this time we'll stay there and we'll play it out down there. Another one I was thinking about was a Viking invasion of the Iberian Peninsula. There's some cool gameplay you can do with that. Or I may just change my mind, we'll play somewhere else entirely. So there's a bajillion options. I may throw a poll up, probably on the YouTube channel. So keep your eyes on that poll if you want some feedback on where we're going to play CK3. The Chinese expansion is not going to be out for like a year-ish. So we're not going to wait for that before we play it. But that'll be a thing there. Shadow Empires is going strong. If you like I said, that Grand Strategy 4X gameplay, I'm going to be back at 4 p.m. today with that. We're on a new-ish run of that. We've had 2 streams before this one. It's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Wandering Sword has been going great. No matter how Wandering Sword performs, I'm probably committed to finishing it. So one way or the other, I'm doing it. I'd love it if you guys hop on in there. It's been a pretty good story so far, and we're really pushing the main story now. So I think we're going to see more and more of that. Yeah, I think those are the current to-do ones. Cyber Knights, unfortunately, is probably on its way out the door in the very near future. To be replaced, maybe with CK3, maybe with something else. We'll see. I would like to get some more variety on the channel too. I'm kind of thinking of, we need some action. So I might do something like Space Marine 2, or maybe something like Helldivers 2. No promises on that, but just to mix up the genres that we're playing a little bit. A Russian German saying he'll invade Poland as the Vikings. Just as a spoiler, my English side has Viking blood in it, so I'm just all over the place in Eastern and Northern Europe. I'm also watching the Cultivation series. Yeah, it's a good series. I think people will like it. All right, a final thank you for everyone for the support. Thank you for the watches. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Very appreciated. Thank you for watching the ads. You guys are really making a difference for me. The channel has grown exponentially since we started this series. I have a dream that someday when work is jerking me around, I can just say, you know what, forget it. And I could do this full time. And we're definitely not there, but the hope is much closer. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't starve to death if I lost my job. So I would love it if we could get to that point. Can you imagine if we could do this every day and have fun every day? That would be a dream come true. Be a dream come true. All right, guys, I'm going to sing myself out here. I've given my sappy final thank you. I hope to see some of you guys in some of the other streams or in the comments of other content, or at absolute worst, I hope to see you in the next House of Legacy. All right, this is it. Babble out. The Builder Clan says thank you. Babble, congratulations, man. You did it. You did it. What a family. What a family. All right, builders. I'll see you in the next one. Babble out.